Excuse me, it's not going to be the Senate bill. As you know, it's in conference committee now. It's going to come out, the bill is going to be a compromise, and bottom line is, regardless of what version comes out, this bill is not good for Massachusetts. It's going to cost us jobs. It's going to cost us very real jobs at a time when we cannot afford it.
Mr. Brown, let me ask you this question. It's on a lot of people's minds. You've said you're for health care reform, just not this bill. Right. We know from the Clinton experience that if this bill fails, it could well be another 15 years before we see health care reform efforts again in Washington. Are you willing, under those circumstances, to say, I'm going to be the person? I'm going to sit in Teddy Kennedy's seat, and I'm going to be the person who's going to block it for another 15 years.
Well, with all due respect, it's not the Kennedy seat, and it's not the Democrat seat. It's the people's seat. And they have a chance to send somebody down there who's going to be an independent voter and an independent thinker and going to look out for the best interests of the people of Massachusetts. And the way that this bill's configured, I'd like to send them back to the drawing board, because I believe people should have insurance, not just this particular bill, because it's not good for the entire country. You're talking about an additional $1 trillion of costs, $500 billion of Medicare cuts. Military people, if you're veterans, you're going to have cuts in TRICARE, and it's not good. We need to go back to the drawing board. Nobody has confidence in this bill right now.
All right, let me ask this. I'm going to be the person. I'm going to sit in Teddy Kennedy's seat, and I'm going to be the person who's going to block it for another 15 years.
Well, with all due respect, it's not the Kennedy seat, and it's not the Democrat seat. It's the people's seat.
All right. My name is Beth Lindstrom, and I'm the campaign manager for Scott Brown for U.S. Senate. I've worked in politics quite a few years, and I have never seen anything like this. The energy is incredible. The amount of people coming out, the amount of people coming by, bringing in donations, wanting to make phone calls, calling from around the country saying, how can we help Scott Brown, is just truly amazing.
The phones are nuts. We're getting calls from all over the country. People want to donate money. They want to call from home.
Got a phone call today from a Democrat who was voting for Martha Copley, and they said, after seeing that attack ad, if she can't tell the truth on the commercial, obviously those facts weren't accurate, what's she going to do for us in Washington? So now he's voting for Scott.
I definitely support Scott Brown. He would be an independent voice down in Washington. He's a great family man, a friend, a guy I trust 100%. We've got hundreds of volunteers coming in. It's been, 300 or 400 people every single day making tens of thousands of phone calls. It's been unbelievable. I mean, going from one office 3 months ago to offices all across the state, people helping us all over the place. It's my first rodeo, and I'm loving every single minute of it.
You don't have any more crates, do you?
I don't. I can get you some for the wall.
We're going to need it.
My daughter Ayla brought it back. She said, Steve Sweeney wants you to win, Dad. He gave you a very important contribution, and it was $1.
I gave him the dollar as a symbolic gesture. Later on, I'm going to contribute the limit, which is $20, I think. The one thing I know about him, he's a straight shooter. He's in the National Guard. He served his country. I respect that. His daughter's beautiful. She's a great singer. His wife's great. Couldn't ask for a better senator.
Thank you, Steve. Means a lot. Good. Okay, we're going to, after the election, we'd love to have a fundraiser. Just a fun time.
The belief of Allah, the Iman which we hold, the taqwa that we strive for, cannot be exchanged for all the wealth in the world. This istishhadi attack will be the first of the revenge operations against the Americans and their drone teams outside the Pakistani borders.
How do you think we then succeed in Afghanistan?
In Afghanistan,
Yes, in
I think we have done what we are going to be able to do in Afghanistan.
Do you think we should come home?
I think we should plan an exit strategy, yes.
And how would we succeed?
I'm not sure there is a way to succeed. If the goal was, and the mission in Afghanistan was to go in because we believed that the Taliban was giving harbor to terrorists, we supported that. I supported that goal. They're gone. They're not there anymore. They're in.
The belief of Allah, the Iman which we hold, the taqwa that we strive for, cannot be exchanged for all the wealth in the world. This istishhadi attack will be the first of the revenge operations against the Americans and their drone teams outside the Pakistani borders.
To be voted on. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she did speak just a short time ago, and she repeating the call for swift action on this package. Listen here.
Every month that we do not have an economic recovery package, 500 million Americans lose their jobs. I don't think we can go fast enough to stop that. The President asked for action swift and bold. That is what we are doing.
But House Republicans are strongly disagreeing, calling for their very own meeting with President Obama to voice their concerns and push for changes in this stimulus. Listen here to House Minority Leader John Boehner.